current challenging times. Globalization, technology advances, and the financial crisis have caused enormous economic distress for millions of families. Right now, more debt, less saving, and decreasing pension. Does that ever happen to you?
Yes.
Right? Yes, right? Automation, powerful software continue to replace more and more workers. I know you're in software, right? You're designing a lot of software to replace a lot of white-collar jobs. Right now, even accountants that I know, lawyers that I know who graduated from college, they could not get a similar kind of job like that before because a lot of the software have replaced a lot of this career. Right? When was the last time you go and sit down with an attorney? Hardly, right? You Google, and it's free, right?
Yeah.
So software has replaced a lot of career, and manufacturing jobs are moving overseas, where the global workforce can make the same thing America can make for one fraction of the cost, right? An increasing number of people have given up looking for jobs right now. Does it ever relate to you, or do you know any friends that is in that category?
Yeah.
Right? So corporate profit continue to rise. However, the income gap between the rich and the poor continue to grow as well. This is a big problem. So, new midlife crisis. Okay, once people hit midlife, the good times are over. Right now, we have a shorter productivity of life. Before, it used to be that we work for 40 years, we graduate from school 20-something years old, right? And then we work for 40 years, and then we retire at 65, and then live 5 more years, we bye-bye, right?
Oh no.
Before, right? So now things are different. So now you graduated in your 20s, right? Then you'll be lucky to have a 20 years gainful employment. So by the time you turn 40s, companies started to let you go. They don't want you anymore because your income is too high. But you may struggle in the next 40 years, right? Because now we are living longer and longer. So the question is, do we have money to live that long? That is called the new midlife crisis, and it is happening now. One of the reasons why I joined the company is because when I graduated from school, I went to work for a corporate. The second week after I started working there, the company let go people who are 50 years old and above. And I was sitting at a seat when I first joined the company. This 55-year-old gentleman, Buddy Brown, he sat down and trained me. 2 weeks later, I sit at his desk and he got let go. The whole company who are 55 and above got let go. I don't feel good because one day it will happen to me as well. I will turn 55 one day, right? So I get to see that coming, and that is the reason why I decided that I don't want to stay in corporate for long, right? So uncertainty and insecurity. Right now, there's a thin line between employed, unemployed, underemployed, and full-time temps. Job security is a thing of the past. The average time people spend in one job is 4.6 years. Why? Because every 4.6 years, you will experience a layoff. This is according to the Statistics of Labor Department. So, struggling small business. Right now, from food to furniture to fitness, small business with limited capital and know-how face incredible challenge to compete with big chain and large distribution system. Right now, small business cannot compete with big chain like Costco, like Walmart, right? Big chain like even restaurants right now cannot compete with companies like Chipotle's, Subways, and those chains. So the next crisis of our life is retirement crisis. The question is, do we have enough money to retire? That is a big problem, right? So our parents doesn't have enough money, we doesn't have enough money. So what happened? So everything falls down to our generations shoulder, right? So let's look at your personal situation now. Do you have problem paying your bills, Lupe?
Yeah.
Right now, no, right? So are you concerned about your job, your career?
Yes.
Right? And you pay what you are worth. Are your children growing up and your parents growing old faster than you can provide for them? Do you feel that financial trap is affecting your family? Does that ever relate to you? Is life passing you by? 2015 almost gone, can you believe it?
Yeah.
Right? Do you still have hope for a brighter day? Of course we do. Because one of the greatest discovery of the 20th century is that you can change your life by changing the way that you think. If you think poor, you are forever poor.
Yeah.
If you think rich, you will become rich one day, just a matter of time. So I encourage you to read this book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Once the way you change your thinking, then you will change your action, right? So the proposal of a great business plan. Why is this a great business opportunity, especially down in South Florida? I don't travel down in South Florida, for nothing. Left 3 of my kids at home and come down here all the time because I see a great opportunity here. You might not see it, but somebody will see it. And those who see it, they will capitalize the marketplace. And I hope it's this group right here. Okay? Why is this a great business? Because in the new industry that we are building, after the crisis, more and more people are aware. Due to high debt, poor saving, and lost pension, more and more people, this actually created more client base for us, because now when people in crisis, they wanted to learn how money works and how to rebuild their financial future. Before crisis, where making money was so easy, career was stable, right? Their investment, the stock and rental home, everything was doing well. They don't think about it. But when crisis happened, people start thinking about, oh, you know what? I really need to learn about this. I really need to change my future. So that actually created more client base for us. Okay, and our business has grown incredibly ever since. Second, high level of frustrations. First, stressful job, career traps, and struggling business. This actually created a lot of huge opportunity for us to bring quality people into our organizations. You know why? Before that, during good times, a lot of people that have good jobs or whatever before the financial crisis, it's hard to bring in these quality people to work with you. For example, McDonald's in 2010, right? When everybody is letting go people, laying off people, McDonald's is the only company who aggressively hired mid-level manager. So McDonald's back then in 2010, they recruited and hired 50,000 mid-level manager. Why? Because all this manager now is available. So they can bring them into the organization for 50 cents of a dollar. They used to make six-figure income. Now they bring them in for maybe 50,000 and 60,000. Then that is why for the subsequent 3 years, McDonald's has been the #1 company in Dow Jones. So right now, when people are frustrated, this actually gives us a great opportunity to find quality people to work with us, right? And the current industry has lost people's trust. The new industry that we are building, we wanted to build an industry where people can have confidence, believe, and hope to plan for their financial future. And we are in the right place at the right time, okay? So right now, this is probably the massive movement of people and money in the history of financial industry. Why? First, everybody needs to build and rebuild their career. A lot of people feel very insecure about their career. First, the young generation, those who are graduating from college or already graduated from college, they look at their parents, right? Their parents who work for corporate for 20, 30 years cannot get to nowhere. So this young generation, they don't want to just get into another 9 to 5. So this is a huge, massive movement of people. Then the second group, which is people like us, right, in the 40s. Oh no, some of you are younger, right? So some of them been in corporate for 10, 15, 20 years, right? So this group of people wanted to look for a change too, because you hit the career ceiling, right? So this is right now the massive movement of people and money as well, because everybody needs to build and rebuild their financial future, and everybody needs to rebuild their career. And you're in the right place at the right time in this business, okay? So facing the challenge, mission of a new industry. What is this new industry going to teach us? First, we teach people how to increase cash flow. Make more money when you can while you can. Okay, when you are young, when you can make more money, you gotta make more money when you can while you can. I think most of us are in the prime time of making money right now, right? If we don't use this prime time of us make more money when we can while we can, when are you going to make money? When you get older? When we cannot walk anymore, or when we don't have any more time in our life, right? So time is money. So that is why I wanted to use this time to be able to leverage the company system to make more money when we can and while we can, right? And second, you gotta have multiple stream of income. Most of us are being trained only have one stream of income, right? Or your job, or maybe one business, right? What if that job no longer here? What if that business, something happened? You know, just like a few years back in 08, 09, I have a lot of friends in real estate and in mortgages, right? So when the market crashed, they lost their business, they lost their investment. Incredible, because they only have one line of income, one stream of income. But in our company, you get to learn how to build multiple stream of income, right? So first, you gotta increase your cash flow. Always remember, you're only young one time, okay? So you gotta make more money when you can while you can. Don't think that I always have tomorrow, I always have future. What if the future never comes, right? So second, cut down your expenses. It is not how much you earn that counts, it is what you keep. What you make is not what you have. What you keep in your pocket is what you have. Okay? So third is reduce your debt and liabilities. Interest and debt may reduce your hope for long-term asset accumulations. Imagine today I grant you a wish. Okay? All of you, I'll pay off all your debt. Yeah. Any you have student loans, your credit card loan, no problem. Bring it over, I'll pay it off after tonight. Right? Andy, you got some mortgage loan? No problem. Bring it over. I'll pay it off tonight for you. If today you can live that free, right? Whatever that you make, don't you think you can have a good life? Right? So you gotta learn how to manage your debt and liability, because in this country the biggest challenge is debt. Right? Interest and debt may reduce your long-term hope for asset accumulations. Fourth, understand how money works. Most people know how to work for money, but we don't know how money can work for us. Right? Most of us are programmed, right, to sell 1 hour of our labor, and then to maybe get paid 1 hour, right? You maybe your per hour rate in your job, what, $20, $30, or $40, right? So you go there, work 1 hour, you get paid 1 hour. What if one day you cannot work anymore? Who's gonna pay you? So most of us, we are trained to only know how to work for money, but we never train how money can work for us. So over here, you get to learn about how money can work for you as well. That's very important, right? You want to be able to still make money when you're sick, still make money when you cannot go to work, and still make money when you grow older, right? So you got to learn that, right? 5 is have a financial goal and plan for the future. See, people that don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. I have kids, right? I see parents spend so much time to plan for birthday party, anniversary party, you know, kids, whatever, out of school party, all kinds of party, right? But however, parents hardly spend 2 hours a year to plan for their financial future. They don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. So when disaster happen, when financial crisis happen, a lot of them get into trouble, right? So 6 is embrace change and expect to succeed. So be certain in that. Either you are part of the change or you are the victim of the change. Which one do you want? Part of the change or the victim? You don't have to look far, just look at your phone. Remember those days when we have the first cell phone, right? Who invented the first cell phone? What company? Motorola, right?
Yeah.
Right? But Motorola is nowhere to be found no more now.
No, they're still there. Don't say
Right?
that.
Being sold to some other company. Right?
Yeah, sell to Google. Yeah.
How many of you own a Motorola phone now? Now.
Some.
Gone. Right? How many of you still own a Nokia phone now?
No.
Not anymore. Remember Ericsson?
Yeah.
Yes.
How many of you still have an Ericsson phone now?
No.
Hey, it wasn't long ago. You go back and look at your drawer. This phone, 7 years ago, you're still using this kind of phones, right?
It's Sony.
Yeah, Sony Ericsson, right? So that is called either you are part of the change or you are the victim of the change. Every day out there, things are changing. But when we are behind the cubicle, behind the desk, we don't know what is changing out there. But things are changing really, really fast. If you are not careful, you're gonna be a victim of the change or you're gonna be part of the change. You look at the stock market the same way, right? So you have to understand how all these things work so that you can be certain during the uncertain time. And we teach people how to control their future here. So understand how money works. First, you must take care of your responsibility while building wealth, right? So for